Your pandemic EBT benefits are going to be ending very soon, and that is a major problem. Now, I want to address what's going on, which states are going to be continuing to pay out these pandemic EBT benefits for the month of February, because we do have a list. I want to talk about what's going on with that $281 per month SNAP benefit, and at the end of this video, talk about how one state is trying to send you $2,600 per household. So make sure you stick around for this entire video, and I will address what's going on there. Now, if you have any questions whatsoever regarding pandemic EBT, the emergency allotments, SNAP benefits in general, or any stimulus, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Now, let's get right down to it. Here's what you need to remember. Currently, SNAP EBT beneficiaries, you are getting the maximum benefit amount. This is actually going to end very soon. When it does, you will see your benefits revert back to the actual benefit amount, not the maximum amount. Now, some people, you are going to stay at the same exact place, but for the majority of people, you are already getting notices that your benefits are going to be reduced either this coming month or in the next month or two. Now, I've heard from multiple people here on this channel, through email, through comments, even posts over on social media. There's a lot of you that are saying you are going to go from $281 back down to about $50 or less per month. I heard from a handful of senior citizens that are saying they are going from $281 in SNAP benefits down to between $20 and $30 per month. And it's going to be very difficult to lose between $230 to $250 every single month and still be able to afford the same types of food. So you have to plan for that. Now, there are some states that are no longer participating in the emergency allotment program. And here's a list of the states that will not be sending out any additional checks, some of which they ended these programs in 2021 and some that ended them in 2022. For the list of states that ended these in 2021, they include Missouri, Florida, Idaho, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, Nebraska, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Tennessee. They all ended their programs in 2021. For the programs that ended in 2022, we have Alaska, Indiana, Georgia, Arizona, Kentucky, and Iowa. And so far in 2023, the only state that has ended their emergency allotment program is South Carolina. Now, there are many more states that will be added to this list very soon, but as of right now, a handful will end their emergency allotment programs at the end of February. Some lawmakers are trying to fight for this to get it pushed a little bit further. But keep in mind that once the public health emergency ends, this will likely push all states, or really force all states, to end their programs as well. So, the additional $95 per month boost, or a minimum of $95 per month, that is going to end very soon. But as for the states that are still sending out these payments, they include Alabama, California, Colorado, Delaware, District of Columbia, Hawaii, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Michigan, New Hampshire, New Jersey, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. Those are the states that are going to be sending out their pandemic EBT. Okay, they are still going to be sending out that $95 emergency allotment for the month of February. All right. Now, there's another one. There's another benefit that we are currently getting because of the pandemic. It is called the school year 2022 to 2023 pandemic EBT program. Now, keep in mind, there's not many states that are included in this, but they still have until the end of 2023 to apply. The states that are included in the school year pandemic EBT, they include Alabama, Hawaii, Minnesota, New Jersey, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Wisconsin. That is the current list, all right? But as soon as we get more information as to which states will be added to that, I promise I will fill you in on that news as soon as we get it. Also, keep in mind that those states I just listed, okay, those states if your child misses 5 days, 5 consecutive days of school, then they can get that school year pandemic EBT benefit. Okay? Now, let's address those $2,600 checks. And here's what I can tell you, and I talked about this in the past, really the past week, but look at this. Governor Walz reveals a $65 billion 2-year budget plan, including direct checks and big education investments. Now, how big are these checks going to be? Well, they're going to be $2,600. And I want to show you where this money, or who could potentially get this. Keep in mind, these have not been approved yet. Okay? They're still working on this. This is a possibility. Not only would you get up to $2,600, you'd have to have 3 children. You could get up to $2,600, but they're also considering cutting the Social Security income tax. They will not get rid of it entirely, but they're thinking about cutting it. They're trying to put about $219 million into this program. However, legislators say it's going to cost the state about $500 million. So there are some that say we should do it. Others say maybe not yet. But let me show you this. So this is who would get it. You'd get a one-time payment, okay? This would be, if lawmakers sign off on this, a single filer making less than $75,000 would get $1,000. Families making less than $150,000 would get $2,000. Plus, you can get $200 per dependent, up to 3, for a maximum of $2,600. And according to reports, this should impact about 2.5 million Minnesota households. So that's some good news there, that another state is potentially going to send out an additional stimulus check. Now, we do know in other states they're considering a rebate, right? Tax refunds, right? Tax credits, or what some are calling inflation relief checks. That's the big one. Now, keep in mind, there's many states that still have a lot of their funding, their pandemic-related funding, from the American Rescue Plan. I believe it was American Rescue Plan. But that was when they got $350 billion that got distributed to all the states. Well, states still have that money. States were going through a surplus of funding. And so their budget, a lot of, they had a surplus, so they had to send some money back to the residents. Well, guess what? They still have a lot of money. It's sitting on the sideline, but the states have until January 1st, 2025 to spend that money on pandemic-related assistance. If they don't, any money, whether it's $1 or $5 billion, it all goes back to the U.S. Treasury. So expect, according to multiple reports, expect states to start talking about and discussing possibilities to use that money very soon, especially if the United States dips into an actual recession, or the new recession based off of what the current administration is saying. So that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all the latest news and updates. Again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.